Hi, this is Dr. Kim. Welcome back to 10-Minute Wellness Video Series. Today's topic is exercise. This is wind element, and the sixth secret is called exercise and walk. If you're with somebody, give that person a high five and say exercise and walk. If you're by yourself, tell yourself exercise and walk. Unfortunately, only less than 20% of U.S. population will exercise regularly. Now, this is devastating, knowing that without exercise, all the good eating, all the good drinking that last 5 weeks we talked about becomes a moot point. Because without the movement of all the good food and water, it really won't go anywhere. And it won't be effective for your body to really digest all of this without the movement. So I really want you to take this really to your heart this week, that you really need to get on some type of exercise program this week. And one of the main benefits of exercise is it increases metabolism. Metabolism is the speed in which all the cellular activities move around, and without exercise, that cannot really be increased. So one of the main reasons for metabolism increase is to eliminate and lose all the weight you want. And the other part is that it increases your growth hormone. As we talked about a little bit about growth hormone, is that it helps you revitalize your cells, and it increase your energy, make you look younger when you produce growth hormone. So when you exercise and walk and do different type of activities, that's when you improve growth hormone production, and that's what makes you younger and healthier. So I really want you to start exercising this week. And we're going to talk about this part of the exercise. We're going to talk about mainly walking, and then on the next part, we're going to talk about weight training or resistance exercise. So then why do we need to walk so much? Well, 2,500 years ago, Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, said this: walking is men's best medicine. Walking is men's best medicine. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you're not walking, you're really not getting the benefit of this great activity that you have. And he used to have this big clinic, and he had all these people come from all over the different area, and some people had physical problems, some people had mental problem or depression. He used to get all these people and then walk them first thing in the morning, and it really improved a lot of his health, these people's health. So he really started proposing exercise as one of the main way to improve people's health. And so what other benefits of exercise are there? Well, first of all, it's an easy aerobic exercise. We all know how to walk, and all of us know that from a baby and you start walking as a toddler, you already fell 5,000 times in average, which means you already done all the training of walking. So all of us know how to walk. So you basically don't need any new training. You need to just go out and start walking. And then the other part is that it's a very safe. Unless you're falling on other things, is a very safe exercise to do. It's very inexpensive. You don't need any membership, of gym membership or anything. Or it's very convenient. You can really go outside and start walking and do anything. So very important to just go out and start walking. And one of the other really important thing that we talked about in the supplement chapter is vitamin D. When you go outside and walking and you get the sun, and then your body produces vitamin D. We talked about vitamin D, which is a very important vitamin. Without this, your health is really jeopardized. So I really want you to go out and soak up the sun. And the other part is indoor is very polluted. All of us in the wintertime, especially now, most people are staying indoor, which is very toxic because it's about 5 times more polluted inside than actually outside. So it is very important for you to go out and start getting some fresh air, and it makes you feel much better, and then you just go out there and walk. And the other part is when you do this deep breathing when you're walking, it increases your lung capacity, your oxygen tank, which is very important because it will give you more energy. And then you can really get your movement going on the lymphatic flow, which detoxifies all your toxins. And then it really makes your bones stronger. A lot of people take calcium and thinking that, well, when you take calcium, it's going to go to the bone and get the bone strong. But that's really not true, because unless you're putting the weight down and giving that tension and pressure on the ground against your body, your bones will not take up this calcium to be stronger. And so this is one of the main ways to really strengthen your bone, is to really walk and exercise. And the other part is it will give you quality sleep. A lot of us can't sleep at night because you're not tired enough. A lot of us are just sitting all day and not doing enough activities and exercise, so you're not tired enough to really have a deep sleep. So one of the very important things is to really rigorously exercise and get your body moving is really important. The other part is it really de-stresses you. You probably notice that when you're really stressed and you can't think right, and if you just take a little stroll or walk, then by the time you come back, you feel so much better. You're not as stressed anymore. So it's very important for you to really go out and walk when you're stressed. The other part is it's known to really cure just about every disease. It decreases your blood pressure problem, your cholesterol problem, your depression, your anxiety, your cancer and diabetes. All different diseases can be really helped quite a bit just by you walking. So I really want you to take this to your heart this week and start really walking more this week. And then what kind of exercise are there? There are basically two different exercises. One is the aerobic exercise that we've been talking about with oxygen. This is mainly for your cardiovascular system, such as walking, running, jumping, swimming, bicycling, or climbing stairs. I mean, these are very repetitive type of exercises, and you do it with oxygen. And then the other part that we're going to talk about in the next part of the exercise section is anaerobic exercise, which is you're doing it without oxygen. This is either weight training or resistance training, we call that. And then what kind of walking is available out there? Well, first of all, most people are just out there start strolling. It's called a stroll walk, which is about 60 steps per second. 66 steps per minute, which is kind of a very slow type of walking, which is very beneficial and helpful. But if you really want to get more burning fat and get more exercise into it, next step is called the health walk, which is a little bit faster, about double that speed, about 120 steps per minute, which is a lot more of an exercise, and faster exercise. But if you really want to start losing weight, we call it the weight loss walk, which is about 135 steps per minute, which is very difficult to measure. But basically, if you're walking with somebody, when you're walking and try to carry a conversation, you should have a really difficult time carrying a nice conversation. In other words, you should be having a little bit difficulty carrying a conversation. Then you know you're doing a weight loss walk. But if you really want to get more burning of your fat, then you want to go faster, up to about 150 steps per minute, which is, we call it the aerobic walk, which is very even difficult to even breathe. So when you start huffing and puffing and very difficult for you to walk, that's called the aerobic walking, which obviously burns more calories and burns more fat. So if you really want to get more into walking and start burning more fat, then you want to go a little faster. And then when is a good time to exercise? Well, people ask me all the time, well, can I work out in the morning, or can I work out during the day or in the evening time? Well, it's really up to you. I mean, for me, I'm not a morning person. If I get up in the morning, I really don't feel like exercising. But I'm an evening person, so when I come home and have to have some dinner, then I can go to my gym and really exercise. And so everybody's a little different, and whatever suits you best, whatever you feel good about. And some of you have some break time during lunchtime at work, then do the exercise during the lunchtime or first thing in the morning. But if you're really truly trying to lose weight, then you want to exercise first thing in the morning. The reason being is when we exercise, the first thing we burn is sugar. When all the sugars burn, then next thing we use is fat. So if you didn't eat all night long and you don't have a lot of sugar in your system, and then when you start walking or exercising first thing in the morning, then it would get to burn your fat much faster. So if you really want to lose weight, you want to exercise first thing in the morning. Obviously, if you're diabetic and you're concerned about the sugar level, then obviously you want to check your blood sugar level before you exercising to make sure that they're in good level. Well, the other thing is, people ask me, well, can I exercise like in different segments? Let's say if I'm exercising 1 hour, can I do like 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the lunchtime or in the evening time, all in like different segments? Well, you could do that, and that's very beneficial. However, if you want to lose weight, it is better for you to do it all at once. In other words, because you burn sugar first and then you get to fat, and then we really started burning fat about 30 minutes after you exercise. So if you're just doing the exercise without continuously for at least 30 minutes, then you won't get to fat. So you're not burning the fat very much. So you want to really get to burn more fat by exercising more longer period of time, at least more than 30 to 40 minutes, hopefully at least an hour or so, if you can do it. Then how much do we really need to exercise or walk? Well, unfortunately, Americans, we walk about 2,000 steps a day, which is about 20 minutes of walking, which is not very much at all. And we are supposed to walk 10,000 steps a day, which is about 100 minutes, which is equivalent to about an hour and 40 minutes of walking. So walking doesn't mean you have to do all your exercise. Just walking around the house or cleaning or cooking, all of that counts as walking. So you want to get a little pedometer. Pedometer is the one that you can measure each steps, and you want to measure up to that. And one of the really strategies to increase your step is to park far away, and you can also rather than just trying to park on the right next to where you're trying to go, and to park far away and walk there. I mean, that's your great opportunity for you to walk more. And then rather than having a sit-down meeting, you can do a walking meeting, or you can have a walking break, or rather than take an escalator or elevator, you can take stairs to get more steps in. And you really need to warm up and cool down before you're walking on any exercises. And one of the best way to do it is to stretch and doing some exercises, which is this device called Dow. I use this Dow to do all exercise of my body, which is I'm going to show you on the next section. It's called 9 Dow wellness exercises. You can stretch and strengthen. You can do the breathing, and you can have a balance of the whole body with just this stick. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next section. We're going to talk about this 9 Dow exercises. We'll see you then.